That's not right. That's not okay.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, I've had that feeling before, and that is not a nice feeling.
That sounds amazing. I want to live there. Shut the front door.
The vibe I get
Shut
from...
it all the way.
Yeah. We are back.
Welcome back to our channel, everybody. Happy Thursday. And you might have noticed, yes, we are in our England kit.
The boys are playing tonight, and it's a big game. We've just watched the first half. Unbelievable scenes. We can't wait to get back for the second.
Coming home, lads and lasses.
Oh, bold claim after that Scotland game, but we move.
It's coming home.
Today we thought we would ask for some of your guys' spooky stories, because it always makes us feel a little bit better when we hear about your spooky stuff as well as experiencing it for ourselves.
And as always, you guys have not disappointed.
Absolutely not.
We've been sent a few emails, a few direct messages on Instagram, so thank you to everybody who did that. We purposely haven't read them because we want to show our
raw reactions.
Yes, finishing our sentences again. We spend too much time together.
Absolutely.
So, get yourself a brew.
Turn off the lights.
And let's get into the video. It's coming home. Okay, I'm going to read the first story, and it's called Peering Shadow Man.
This already excites me.
I know.
This is the thing about emails. You get the little title and then you get a little bit of a glimpse and you get all excited. It's all clickbaity. Let's go.
So it says, and this is from Christine, so thank you, Christine. It says, "Hi Lainey and Ben, I've been enjoying getting to know you as well as Andy and Dave during your Instagram, TikTok, YouTube posts. I don't have a very long story. That does not matter, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Or one that makes sense. And we've got this emoji.
I like that. It doesn't need to make sense with the paranormal.
Exactly.
This is something we've learned anyway.
Yeah. But it comes from my childhood and thought it was spooky enough to share. Well, thank you in advance.
Absolutely. Thanks for sending it along.
For context, I grew up in a new home in Southern Virginia that my parents built on farmland. The history of the region isn't particularly concentrated with battles, death or burial grounds, and the community is mainly rural farms dating to the late 1700s, early 1800s.
Okay. Good bit of context there.
Yeah, thank you. One day when I was about 6, my parents were getting ready to take us to the mall to go shopping. When we were loading up the car, I remembered that I had left my purse. Even at 6, I had to have my purse. I'm with you.
There you go. You're a typical girl in the making, aren't you?
Upstairs in my bedroom. I rambled upstairs to grab it to find the hallway completely dark. I suddenly had this very unsettling feeling that I was being watched. Oh, hell no.
Oh, I've had that feeling before, and that is not a nice feeling.
I don't think it matters what age you are.
No.
You know that feeling.
It's an uncertain feeling as well.
I still feel it when I tell the story. Oh, bless you. I looked down the long hallway which ends at my parents' bedroom, and peering out of their room was a man. Shut the front door.
The vibe I get
Shut it all the way.
Yeah, the vibe I get from this kind of story is, you know when like people look down a dark hall and then the hallway just gets longer and longer, like it just stretches, like it's forever long.
Something out of a movie.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting from this.
Right, listen. He was dark and stern with a thin, waxy black moustache.
That's a lot of detail.
Creepy. As the kids at work would say, creepity peeps.
Creepity peeps.
His eyes were beady and his hands were wiry and twisted around the side of the door frame so that he was leaning out at me. I'll never forget it.
I don't get nice vibes from that.
Obviously, as soon as I saw it, I ran for my life. After crying and explaining to my parents what I'd seen, my dad, don't forget this is rural Virginia, ran upstairs with his gun. Yes!
That's the only way to deal with a situation like this.
That's like out of a movie.
Like, just shotgun it.
Likely expecting to find a man in their bedroom. What he found was absolutely nothing.
It's always the way, isn't it? It's always the way.
Especially when you know you've seen it.
Yeah, imagine your dad getting primed and ready for like a showdown, like a shotgun showdown.
But kudos to your dad.
Oh, yeah.
What a freaking hero.
Yeah, he had your backs there.
Absolutely.
What a legend.
So, of course, 6-year-olds have very creative imaginations. And I expect that is exactly why my parents thought, what my parents thought had occurred.
Okay.
But I still, in capital letters, see that face peering at me down the long hallway. Sometimes I wonder why I only saw him once and what it meant. Why would I see someone in a brand new home? I don't think it matters.
Nah, that's a good... No, like, you make a fair...
Can we just look around our home?
Yeah, this is true.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we were in a brand new home and it makes no difference.
Anyways, I thought y'all might find it spooky. Thanks for the read. Until Andy and Dave, hi for me. Christine says hi.
He'll be over to say hi in a bit.
Oh, that is such a cool story.
That is a wicked story. What a way to get us started.
That's exactly what we love
The
to hear
description of it is like the wiry fingers around the door frame, and then you can just picture it, like a vivid picture in your mind.
Yeah, and thank you. The way that was written was brilliant because I think everybody was able to understand what you saw there.
This is the thing, right? It's all good, well and good capturing things on camera, but like documenting experiences like this, like talking about it, that's a different ballgame.
Yeah, definitely.
So kudos to you.
Thank you, Christine.
Yeah,
love
cheers, Christine. Legend. So the next story is from Danielle, and she titled it "My Scary Story!" Exclamation mark. So you know it's going to be a good one.
You know what? We asked, you delivered, so thank you.
I hope you're both doing good. My name is Danielle. I told my story during your live and you kept losing the next part, so I thought I'd send you an email to tell you so you can understand it properly.
Perfect. Danielle, you little gem, thank you so much.
Aww.
And yeah, we're doing well, thank you. So busy, ridiculously busy at this time of year, but we're good.
We are, yeah, we're getting there. So, when I was 3 years old, my mum and dad said I used to play with this imaginary friend. Is it imaginary?
Every time I ever hear about an imaginary friend, I'm like, not an imaginary friend.
Yeah,
Especially with children.
And I used to talk to him all the time. His name was Louis.
Oh,
I love that he had a name.
I do too.
That's like you claimed him when you name it.
Well, maybe it named itself and let her know.
Oh, that's a twist and a half, that. I would cry if anyone sat on the sofa where he was sat, and it started becoming a problem for my parents. He literally had his own spot.
Well, no, but if he was sat next to her and she knew and they came and sat there because they can't see him, that would upset you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You're sitting on my friend, Mum.
Yeah, you're true. They then asked our elderly neighbour about our house, and she told them that a young man named Louis died from a heart attack when he was 25 in the front room, which was my room.
I knew it was a real person. Oh my God.
Definitely wasn't imaginary then, was it?
No.
My parents decided to then swap bedrooms with me, and within 24 hours I completely forgot about Louis and never mentioned him again.
Oh my God.
Then,
okay,
in capitals.
Okay.
Fast forward 19 years and I'm home in my own flat with my son, who is 3.
I know where this is going.
He was playing and I heard him say, "My name's Jaden. What's yours?" "Louis."
Oh, yes, I love this.
That's a funny name. I asked him who Louis was, and he told me it was his friend. I decided to go see a medium, and what she told me was amazing. She told me that she had a young man who had come through, but believes that I had never met him before his passing. Told me that his name was Louis, and that he used to look after me and my sister, and followed you to look after your children.
Oh, that's gorgeous. What are the chances of a medium knowing that if they're not real? If mediums are... People say that they're not, like,
they're
genuine.
not genuine.
Well, how else could you know that?
I'm not being funny, right? But if we have a kid and, like, if it starts playing with an imaginary friend called Dave or Andy, I'm going to flip my lid.
I'm not.
I'm going to lose my shit.
What does he look like? Tell him I said this. Ask him this. I will love it.
I won't.
I will.
Like, the whole situation creeps me out as it is. But if we have a kid and it starts interactions...
You can go and live in the shed.
Oh.
And me and our little baby, we'll just chill out with Dave and
Andy. It's just not on my vibe.
Danielle, thank you so much for sending that.
That's an amazing story.
We tried to keep up with that on the live and it was a nightmare, wasn't it?
Yeah,
we just
it was.
Kept missing it. So you little gem for doing that.
Yeah, thanks.
You. And everybody who's joining us, everybody who joined us on the live will now have some closure on that story.
Absolutely. The one that we never was, but now is.
Thank you. This one's from Laura and it's called My Ghost Story. Short but sweet.
Ooh, I like it.
Me, my mum and younger brother moved in to live and look after our nan. I was about 12 at the time, my brother was 9.
Okay.
One day we were playing in our bedroom where we heard movements in the room next door. I went in first as the big sister and nothing was there. I then went downstairs to then hear my brother screaming and running downstairs to me. "What happened?" I said to my brother. "There's a man lay on Mum's bed." Oh my god.
Imagine if the dad was about, like, the dad would go livid, wouldn't he? He'd go fucking ape shit.
Imagine if the brother was younger, like a toddler, and was like,
I'm sorry, what?
Anyway, we both went upstairs, and in that room, where I saw nothing, was a layout of a body on the bed as if something had laid down.
Oh, like the imprint or like the impression of it. No.
My bed was perfectly made when I went in. My brother never knew my granddad, but he described him down to a T.
That's not right. That's not okay.
He's 25 now and he still remembers that day.
That's something that would stick with you for life, though, isn't it?
The ghost was my granddad. I adore that.
What a lovely way to end it. That was a plot twist.
I adore that.
I didn't see that coming. That's like some M. Night Shyamalan stuff. That's a great story.
Oh, I loved that.
What a beautiful way to end it off.
And to know it was your granddad, and I would take comfort from that.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah, I think that's gorgeous.
You'd...
Although really freaky. Because her brother clearly had never met the granddad, so didn't know what he looked like.
Yeah.
So of course he's not going to be like, oh my god, it's granddad.
It's granddad.
He's like, shit, who's this? Who's this man on my grandma's bed or my mum's bed or whatever?
Yeah. Laura, what an awesome story.
Thank you.
Absolute legend. Thank you. Okay, this one's from Erica, and it's just titled Spooky Story. So it's short, but just catchy.
Yeah. What, the title?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Erica. Hi, Erica.
Hi, Erica.
I remember a while back I sent you a story about when I saw my mum's spirit. I figured I'd send it again. While it isn't necessarily spooky, it has a lot of meaning for me and kind of started my interest in the paranormal.
Wow, I love that.
What a good way to venture into
I
it.
don't think that's not. I still think that's like spooky.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I still think, but love it. Yeah.
So, my mum passed away on the 29th of December 1991 when I was 10 years old.
Oh, sorry to hear
She
that.
had cancer.
Oh.
One night shortly after she passed, I was lying in bed at night trying to sleep, but I really missed my mum and was having a hard time falling asleep.
Oh. I want to hug 10-year-old Erica.
I was facing the side of the wall where my closet was. Suddenly, I saw what looked like a watercolour painting of my mum's image on the wall next to the closet.
Oh, wow.
I could only make out her face and what looked like her hand reaching out towards me.
Oh.
It was there for a few seconds and started to go up until the image disappeared through the ceiling.
Wow.
How interesting.
Oh, she definitely visited you. That was her way of saying, I'm still with you, I
Yeah, I completely agree.
Does anyone agree?
I do. I used to be scared of almost everything growing up, but seeing her spirit, and I do believe it was her spirit, in my room that night made me feel at peace.
Oh, I love that.
I had a great relationship with my mum, and it will be 30 years this year that she'll be gone. I still miss her a lot. I believe she came to me that night to tell me she was okay and that it was going to be okay for me to go to sleep. I remember I fell asleep very shortly afterwards. I used to have a lot of dreams about her, and I used to talk to her for about a year after her passing.
Oh.
I believe I could still hear her talking to me sometimes. I haven't experienced anything involving her since I was in my early teens, so I'd like to think that she was just trying to get through to me until she thought I was ready to be all right on my own.
I agree.
I hope this makes it for the cut on Thursday.
Here
Much
it is.
love, Erica.
Thank you, Erica. What a beautiful, beautiful, thought-filled idea and story and
Yeah.
experience, because I've experienced similar myself, and I absolutely believe that your mum was visiting you and kind of parenting you, looking after you from
The other
spiritual
side.
side until you were an adult, maybe.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, thank you for sharing that, and God
Yeah.
bless you, and God bless your mum. Okay, final story for this video.
Yeah.
But if you do have more or any that you want to share with us, send an email, ideally,
Yeah.
to laineyandben@gmail.com.
Yeah, there'll be a link down in the description, or just our email address. So send it along to there. We'd love to hear your stories.
Right, let's get into this one. This one is called Spooky Stories. We've got
Ooh,
plural here
ooh.
going on. Hello, right.
Hello.
Here is my spooky story. It's from Lucy, by the way.
Hi, Lucy.
I grew up in a little seaside town in Cornwall called Perranporth. I love Perranporth.
I've never been.
We'll go. The house we lived in was old. I don't know exactly when it was built, but it was said to have originally been a blacksmith's workshop from around the 1600s-ish.
Well, there's a lot of history there then.
Side note, a mine shaft partially opened up in the garden as well.
As you do, I guess.
That sounds amazing. I want to live there. What a cool place to grow up in.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
When I was around 8, my dad worked away a lot and I found it really hard to settle and relax at night time. One night, I found that if I laid in a certain position in my bed, I could see through the banister and watch whatever my mum had on telly at the time.
Oh my
Genius.
God. You've unlocked life.
You levelled up that day.
You've got the key to life. But unless your mum was watching something like rubbish on TV, then you've got no choice but to just suck it up and stick it out.
If you couldn't sleep, you'd watch it, wouldn't you?
Oh, I guess so. Get yourself into Hollyoaks or something.
Yeah. I did this for weeks, spying on the TV until I fell asleep. I love that.
Yeah.
God bless you, Lucy.
What a peaceful way to get it done.
Little Lucy at the time. God bless you. After a while, I started seeing a man in overalls sitting next to Mum. She never seemed to notice him, and he just sat really still with his hands in his lap. He'd tilt his head and look up at me every so often and just stare without blinking. As you can imagine, it shit me up good and proper. Oh. I love the way you wrote that.
I mean,
that shit me up good and proper.
I mean, so it should.
I love the way you wrote that. So at this point, I'd close my eyes and pretend everything was fine.
Yeah, I mean, oh no! Imagine seeing it like literally a matter of feet away from your mum.
And then he just turns and he just stares at you.
Is that alright? How's it going?
And then just looks back again.
Hands in his lap.
He knows that you know that he's there.
And he knows
and
that you're watching the TV and not sleeping.
There was one night in particular where I opened my eyes and he was still looking at me. Oh. I watched him stand up really slowly from the sofa and walk over to the banister.
Nope.
I can't really explain it, but it was like he grew when he got there, so his face filled the top banister gap. He sort of waggled his finger at me as if to say, "Nope, time for sleep," and then went back and sat back down.
He literally was like, "You're not doing the right thing. Start doing the right thing. I'll just be over here."
I never had trouble sleeping after that.
I would.
I never saw him again, although I did dream about him rocking my baby brother's crib. I mean, I think it was a dream.
We'll never know.
My mum tells me that after the finger wagging incident, I asked her in front of my dad who the man that comes at night was. Cue some very awkward conversations in our house.
Imagine your poor mother though being like,
"Listen, it's not what it sounds like. No, this is not the case. But she's too young to know how to lie. Why would she make up something like that?"
No. And Lucy's going, and she's being honest. And the mum's being honest.
Oh no!
Oh, that is so funny.
Oh my God.
Lucy, I love the way you wrote this. Beautiful.
Yeah,
I loved it.
incredible.
You had us laughing.
That's... Oh no. Everyone is a loser in that situation, aren't they? Everyone's a loser. No one wins. Apart from the ghost that's kind of kicking back, being like,
"This is true. Just let the carnage unfold."
So, that has been some of your scary stories that you have sent over to us. And
thank you for sending them in between Ben's sneezes.
Oh.
I have absolutely loved reading them.
I have too.
I'm so grateful.
Yeah, it's been an absolute whirlwind, and it's nice to know that you experience things like we do.
Yeah,
I feel less isolated and on my own with this.
And which is exactly why we started sharing our story with you guys.
So if you have got any of your own stories that you would like to share with us, be sure to get down in the description. There will be our email address there. Ping them along to us. We can't wait to read them, and they might even make it into a video like this. If you want a part 2, that is.
Yeah. If you enjoyed tonight's video, we'd love it if you could give us a thumbs up. You could hit the subscribe button. Do not tickle Ben's bell.
Do tickle my bell. I love
But
it.
if you want to, you could press the notification bell and it would notify you whenever we upload.
I get a little tingle whenever you do it, so.
Ben's like, "Whew."
And come and find us on our social medias as well as at Lainey and Ben on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Find the links down in the description. Type in Lainey and Ben to Google and you'll find something, I'm sure. And all that's left to say, guys, is thank you so much for watching.
We appreciate you so much, each and every single one of you beautiful humans. And until next time, spook to you later.
Peace.